When thinking of a work from Kinoko Nasu, the first few titles to come to mind might be one of his visual novels, Fate Stay Night, or maybe Tsukihime. Then if it were to be a novel, it would most likely be Kara no Kyokai. As well known as these series are both inside and outside the Type Moon fanbase, there is little room to think as to why it overshadows such a short but incredible piece. That being Tsuki No Sango, Coral of the Moon. Tsuki No Sango was a short story written for voice actor Maya Sakamoto's Full Moon Recital Hall. The story takes the form of a novel read aloud by Maya Sakamoto. There is also a manga adaptation by Sasaki Shonen, who is responsible for the breathtaking manga adaptation of Tsukihime. 3000 AD, the pinnacle of mankind. But any motivation to move forward has been lost. The path paved ahead is one of stagnation. Within this now pitiful species known as humankind exists a girl with a peculiar ancestry, referred to by the people of her island as Princess. She is the anchor into this world, and through her narrates about this failing state of humanity. She has lived a calm life, but has a warped perception of love, sending any suitors off on impossible tasks, as she believes that is the only way to understand what it means. When on the final full moon of the year, an unknown tiny tin merchant came to trade with her. What ensues is a retelling of a tale Princess has heard from her grandmother years ago. The story entails her grandmother's first time dealing with human emotions in a fairy tale-esque manner, told in a way to make her story and habitat seem mystical. Her innocence and ignorant nature juxtaposes the rest of the world and the grim reality of her situation. However, there is another side to the story, a more realistic side that has been untold for many years, the story of the man on the moon. His perspective gives greater context on the dull society of humanity. By nature, he ended himself up on the moon, in which he found a singular being, and with that encounter, ends up developing the both of them. Through his point of view, the reality of the situation becomes apparent. The flowery and dreamy illusion previously built up is shattered. By seeing the perspective of both parties, it allows the audience to connect with both people involved for different reasons. The meaning behind an action of a character may at first be questioning, but once you understand their side, lets you see them in a new light. How their thoughts contrast or share similarities with one another is a unique take on a relatively simple story. Through both sides of this tale, they introduce many interesting ideas and concepts surrounding the world and what it means to be human. Under it all conveys the themes of the importance of storytelling and what a story truly is. Between the two different ways to experience the narrative, I recommend reading through the manga. If I remember correctly, very little or nothing at all was cut from the original material. And in fact, just like with the Tsukihime adaptation, serves to expand on the original story. The manga uses its visual aspect to develop the world to give you a better idea of what it is truly like. There are also many original scenes that serve to develop the characters Princess and the Man on the Moon, giving more content to their lives that was previously absent. If there were to be any significant difference other than the original scenes, that would be with the overall tone of the series. The novel felt more like a tale passed down through generations, while the manga is a bit more personal with its characters. Due to the visual reactions of the characters, it can either lighten up the mood or make things a whole lot darker. The characters feel a lot more alive and expressive than what was detailed in the novel, so you can better understand their personality. There is also far more emotional impact due to what the art provides. I love the design choice for the main characters to be modeled after Shiki and Arcuade. There isn't much plot reason for it, but just a nice touch for those who have read Tsukihime. If you haven't read this yet, I highly recommend it. It's only 93 short pages and the manga is only 14 chapters long. It's a good 1 to 2 hour read that can keep you invested all the way through and is a unique take on the decline of humankind. If I was to give this a rough rating, it would be a low to medium 7. If you plan to experience both, which I recommend, I suggest starting with the novel, then moving on to the manga since you'll be getting more content later on rather than having content taken away. The links for the novel and manga version are in the description, so if you are interested, please check them out. Well, I hope you enjoyed. My next video will be a review on Steins Gate Zero. Thanks for watching. Later.